fiberglass, but has thinner walls, and this has much thicker walls than that. Kite Spar has a reputation of durability issues, but this here, because of thicker walls, eliminates that problem. It's not a lot lighter than fiberglass, but it's a little bit better. It's not. It's a little lighter than half-inch solid fiberglass, but not by a ton. So it's not as light as Kite Spar by any means. Still a fairly heavy core. Per foot, this is about 10 ounces or 9 ounces, somewhere around there. And there's like a 1 to 2 ounce difference when you go to the hollow version of it. This I recommend not going above core lengths of probably 42. Because then you can start introducing flex issues. I don't build on these very often. They are more pricey than when compared to the half-inch solid and golf shafts. They used to be really good, because MGS4U, they used to have a thing where they would ship you 8-foot sections, and you would cut the 8-foot sections down into 3 pieces, and that would give you 3 32-inch cores. But now they have a maximum shipping length of 93 inches. So they knocked everything, so it makes it an inch shorter. So now at that size, it's just better for me to get the 3/8 inch if I'm trying to max out how many cores I get per rod. Although if you're wanting to get longer lengths, like, a 40-inch short or something, this is the way to go if you want to cut weight and have the durability. This is a really nice mix of durability and weight. And now, stepping into what is being brought into the game now, carbon fiber. This particular tube is like 16 millimeter, I believe. So carbon fiber, as mentioned before, has really high tensile strength. It, per strand, is significantly stronger than fiberglass fibers could ever hope to be. The problem is, carbon fiber cannot flex. If carbon fiber flexes, it tends to snap. So, fiberglass, though, has really good elasticity. So, fiberglass can flex. Instead of breaking, carbon fiber just breaks. So, when you build with carbon fiber, you can, depending on the type of core you're using, use smaller diameters than you can for the fiberglass counterparts. For example, if I'm using a solid carbon fiber rod, you can build a 40-inch weapon on a 0.315 inch. You can build like a 40-inch sword on a 0.315 inch solid square carbon fiber rod, whereas with a solid 3/8 inch fiberglass rod square, you can only build up to like 36, 38. It doesn't have the same durability. But if you're building with this, for example, this is a 16 millimeter tube. Kite Spar is a 12 millimeter tube, or 14. Yeah, it's like 12.5 millimeter. If you build with a 12 millimeter carbon fiber tube, they will break a lot of the time unless they're a thick-walled variant, which you can get thick-walled kinds from Dragon's Plate. This I got from Aloft Hobbies in California, and it's a very thin walls. I don't recommend using these. I've had some problems with these snapping on me. I was using the 12 millimeter and 12 and 14 millimeter. I was using the 12 millimeter for something and 14 millimeter for other things. 14 millimeters around the half-inch size. The 16 millimeters have been holding up fairly well though. But when they ship them from Aloft Hobbies, they pack them really close together with nothing in between them, and in transit they'll smack against each other, and they'll leave tiny fractures along your core, and that makes your core very, very weak in the spots where it fractures at. So you'll see those typically around the ends, and you'll have to like take your thumb nail and scratch the core to find where the fracture ends, and then cut everything from that down. So I moved on to buying half-inch carbon fiber from Dragon Plate. I'll leave a link to all the sites I'm talking about in the description. But Dragon Plate carbon fiber, the 1/2-inch size, actually works really well for Minreds and Max Blues. I have a Max Blue built on one. 47.8 inches with a stab tip. It weighs 16.69 ounces. I've used it everything from Dagorhir Belegarth, even in Hearthlight. I've blocked glaive shots with it in the handle at Hearthlight, where the hit calibration is significantly higher, and it has held up very, very well. So if you want a Minred or a Max Blue to be very light or very well balanced, I highly recommend buying carbon fiber 1/2-inch from Dragon Plate. The shipping tends to be fairly high on those. When I buy them, I tend to buy them at least things of 6. They cost $15 a piece. It is about $5 higher than you'll spend for Kite Bar, but is well worth the price increase. Because it is much lighter, much more durable, and will last you a lot longer than Kite Bar will. So $5 is worth it. Wood and dowel rods have fallen out of use. Back in the old days, they used closet rods back in the early days. But when PVC started coming out, dowel rods started falling off, and then dowel rods kind of fell all the way off when fiberglass, when people discovered the 1/2-inch fiberglass, and they started using fence posts. That's when dowel rods kind of died out entirely, because they're super heavy. They're not very durable at all. You have to cover them all the way up in duct tape, and they're just not a good core to use. With that, I'm going to end this here. I will have more core videos in the future for things like spear cores, glaive cores, where to get them, things like that. And I hope this video was good and informative, and I'll have more in the future. Thank you.